Ladies and gentlemen, this is Director General Jonathan Evangelista HACIENDA. I am conducting an interview with His Majesty, Emperor and Royal King TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcos TALLANO TAGEAN IV. Our topic for today is about Heir, SUBIC, and KO.R.A.N. Your Majesty, what can you say about Heir in Baguio City?
The Camp Heir was actually in Benguet. This lease that has been agreed with the U.S. government, that was dating back 1903. Then it was Benguet. The family clan, our family clan, TAGEAN, TALLANO clan, leased 7,500 hectares. Again, our family leased 7,500 hectares to the U.S. government for the use of the military. And this is now Camp Heir. 1903, 100-year lease from the eminent ancestral domain of O.C.T, T01-4. It matures 2003, the 100-year lease. Make no mistake. Again, I would like to repeat. 1903, the family clan, the TALLANO TAGEAN clan, leased 7,500 hectares to the U.S. government. Then, 1909, Baguio City is chartered. You will never believe it. It's only 7,418 hectares. Again, to repeat, this has been leased for 100 years to the U.S. government. And it matures already since 2003. Indeed, as a successor heir, have honor sole signatory and the judicial administrator of the ancestral eminent domain of Hacienda, Filipina Archipelago, O.C.T T01-4, with a derivative of 408 and 498. Again, it matures and it has been properly accepted. I accepted the lease termination already of the Camp Heir. Much so, the same with Nabiga, Clark, and Maribeles SUBIC, Basa Airport. All this are actually leased for 100-year lease, 1904, and it matures 2004. The same manner, I have accepted already as a honor Heir, sole signatory, judicial administrator of the Hacienda Filipina Archipelago. And as part of the whole agreement now, inasmuch that all these leases are done through ministerial with all kinds of gents that matures, I have agreed again with the U.S. government. I'm referring now to the U.S. government lease of Camp John Hay, and with the Nabiga, Clark, Maribel SUBIC, we again have been agreeing with the U.S. government and the Department of Armed Forces, Department of Defense, through Danford, and with the President himself, Donald J. Trump. I'm referring now to my clan, the Italiano-Tagian clan, or the Marcos-Taliano-Tagian clan, is agreeing to lease this property for another 30-year lease for my own security, sovereignty, and insurance or insurable interest for that purpose. And this has been agreed on a summit ministerial agreement among us. And I'm ready for it. First and foremost, I have goldenly decided to among these areas, more so that protects the whole Luzon, to be able to protect our major interests. So I made this as a decision to make sure that there will be no one that could possibly strike any malfeasance or strike any other wrongdoing or any other method of scamming us, or perhaps again manipulating us or robbing us for what is due us. But make no mistake, I will share this property to all born Filipinos. Again, I will overemphasize, we will have a massive housing. There will be no homeless, no homesteader, and no Filipino squatter for that purpose. I'll give a property to anybody that can build his own home if it's necessary. But definitely, too many of us will build major housing for everyone. Nobody will be deprived. And for the good of every Filipino and for the good of the whole world. This I share it to the whole world. We are bankrolling the whole world for that purpose. And it's Filipino that has pride, prestige, and dignity. I share it to every one of you. Make no mistake, I don't own this alone. We own it. We Filipinos.
Any more messages, Your Majesty? It seems that you have already given all the answers before I asked them.
Well then, that was the reason why I am encouraging you to ask me questions so that I'll be able to answer them.
So what is your special message to your distant relative, U.S. President Donald John Trump?
My brother, my cousin, Donald J. Trump in the U.S. You need me. You need us. You need the asset of the king of recognized asset nations to use as a stimulus backup of our treasuries. I'm referring now to the 12, the 13, including Fort Knox, Federal Reserve Treasury Board. I will bring every other piece of gold. Of course, I will bring it through documentary to the board of the Federal Reserve System. Again, the Federal Reserve Treasury System, treasuries, it's our Millennium Centurion Gold Bullion Account Treasury. Let it be. If we have to use Nesara, Gesara laws to implement our global monetary reset governance, we'll do it. I'm ready, willing, and able to implement through United Nations Security Council, ECOSOC, for that matter, and the embodiment of the Article 55, 56, 63, all the way to 70. So be it. Let humanity prevail for each and every one of us.
How the United States government will be able to officially renew with you the lease agreement regarding Clark and SUBIC?
This is done through ministerial ways. Of course, there is an involvement of the Department of Defense or the Armed Forces of the United States. They still need the bases here in the Philippines. And make no mistake, here in Luzon, I have 176 Golden Lily site, Ribari site. And here in Luzon by itself, I have like about 110 out from the 176 Golden Lily site. So let it be that this site will be protected. And they should not be robbed, and they should not be taken by anyone. And all these golden lily site are now deposited, secured through documentary, through cadastral torrent survey, putting it at the vault, insured and bonded of the Federal Reserve System treasuries, for that matter. So that serves now as our Millennium Centurion Gold Bullion Bank of the World, for that matter, insured and bonded. Let it be that those golden lily site, there is an eye looking at them. Probably there are drone or there are satellite protecting them as a security measure for that purpose.
Any more valuable messages, Your Majesty, regarding Kaujan Hay, Subic and Clark?
Well then, I know it's properly now developed, and I'm happy that BCDA is on full swing developing Clark, Nabiga, Tarlac, or the other facility. Let it be that you will be my partner. Don't take me for granted. It will be the U.S. government that will come and work with you. So it be. I have an insurable interest of these properties. So, I can insure them, and perhaps I'll be properly secured. Let my legal team, perhaps the biggest law firms in the whole world, like Escagen, or perhaps Baker and McKenzie, and not so. Let it be that the biggest auditing firm also will get involved, like KPMG, Accenture, or perhaps Arthur Young and Company, Pricewaterhouse. These are large auditing accounting firm, and the biggest law firm to actually adjudicate all these arrangements. If I get a little fair share, like 30% of the net income, I'll be more than happy. So please develop it. Do everything. But you have to recognize your brother. You cannot fool around with anybody. And I rest my case on what I'm doing. I know I'm properly protected with our family, clan, and our fair share to all of this development in our country.
Are you the Supreme Commander of the United States Department of National Defense?
Well,
The 7-star Governor
perhaps
General?
if you will understand as a kingsman, or perhaps just like Eisenhower, indeed, because of the power vested in me as a United Nations Security Council allied and unallied Supreme Commander. And meanwhile, the three big pillars of the U.S. government today, I am now the city corporation of London. I am the kingsman for that purpose.
How about Washington, D.C.?
Perhaps
Does it belong to you?
the second pillar is what they call District of Columbia. And that belongs to the president down below to the mayor. Or what I'm saying is from the president, senators, congressmen, governor, all the way to the mayor. That's District of Columbia. And at the same manner, also the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary.
As a private corporation, does it belong to you? The Washington District of Columbia?
Well, then,
Yes or no?
I have a fair share of the responsibility for that purpose.
Does it
Cannot
belong?
accept everything. But listen, the third pillar
Vatican?
is what they call the presence of the Consigliere Fondazione di Vaticano. So it's the Vatican itself, which has been dominated by the Jesuits. The Templar of the Jesuits, the Superior General, or often the misnomer name Black Pope.
So, the three private corporations, the City of London, Washington District of Columbia, the Vatican City State,
Yes,
do they belong to you?
perhaps.
Yes or no?
I am I'm a key pillar of these institutions. In short, they belong to all of us.
Do they comprise the Trilateral Commission?
The Trilateral Commission is basically a group that actually get involved with the governance, because that's where the Council of Foreign Relations actually stronghold. So then, being one of the major board of trustee, board of director governor of the Trilateral Commission since David Rockefeller died, I am the global funder. So now I hold this position as major chairperson of the Trilateral Commission.
Why the Trilateral Commission can trigger the Third World War?
Make no mistake, we have all the resources, but that's not the agenda today. I cannot comment on it because that entails a lot of logistics And I cannot answer that question.
Are you involved with NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization? Do you control the organization, NATO?
Again, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, perhaps I have my fair share, but that doesn't mean this is controlled by the free world, and the leaders of the different countries are involved with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty, for this highly informative interview. We now know what the future holds for Kamjanhe in Benguet, Baguio City, and in Clark and SUBIC. Thank you very much for sharing your massive wealth for the Filipinos and the unborn future generations, as well as the people of the world, including the American people. You're one of a kind, Your Majesty. No one is like you. And I thank you very much for being a part of us, for giving us the opportunity to work directly with you. Any more messages, Your Majesty?
Again, this is for all of us. I dedicate my life to help humanity. And that is my commitment. I would again will say, rotas opera tenet arepul satur. I trust in him.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.